Jim and Bonnie Dorrough are owners of Kanon Electric, which is a residential electrical service company that we started in 2006. We're located in Milton, Washington, which is a suburb of Tacoma.
Fantastic. Now, you've been in business for a long time. I mean, I guess now since 2006, for 17 years. You've been recruiting for a long time. What was recruiting like before you met Hunter Recruitment Advisors? What were you guys doing to find candidates to help grow your company?
Well, we tried a lot of different things. We did use some other companies and it didn't work out. Um, the good news about that is we didn't have to pay anything unless they found us recruits. But guess what? They didn't find us any recruits, so it limited our financial responsibility. Uh, but we tried throwing mud at the wall and see what sticks is our recruiting method prior to Hunter.
Well, before working together, what were some of the challenges that the business was having? Bonnie, I'll direct this towards you. Thinking about the talent that was coming in, what was it like before partnering with Hunter?
Yeah, I would get resumes and I'd go over every resume and call and do phone interviews. And then I'd bring people in for interviews. And it was very exhausting because I was working full time in the business also. So to have to look at every one of them because you don't want to miss anyone, right? So I would talk to every interview or everybody that would give us a resume, and yeah, it was a lot of work.
No, it makes sense. It sounds pretty exhausting. Well, you talked a little bit about this, Jim, other firms that were contingency firms that may not have, charged anything in the beginning. What was that partnership like working with them, and how did it change when you started working with Hunter Recruitment Advisors?
Well, we would tell them what we need, and then we would wait to hear from them, send us candidates. They would send us candidates once in a while, but it was usually journeyman electrician we wanted, and we'd get apprentices. And so I'd say, no, that person's not qualified. We need licensed guys. And so then we'd wait, and then we wouldn't hear from them.
That's one of the tricky things about working with contingency is that I tell people all the time, they could have 60 positions they want to work on. And it's like the old adage, cat versus onomatopoeia. If you have a spelling test and you only have to learn one word, you're going to study cat. But the unfortunate part is your guys' jobs are onomatopoeia, and it takes a lot of dedication and resources to do that. So that makes total sense. What's the biggest challenge that Hunter Recruitment Advisors helped you with once they started working with you?
Getting having an applicant tracking system that I don't have to manage. Sometimes things we get a qualified applicant in, and then it would slip through the cracks, just because we're so busy working on the business, that sometimes those things are hard to follow up on. Also, like the pre-screening and just filtering out the candidates that we don't want to waste our time filtering out. So
one of the things that we consider one of our core values, and Bonnie, I've learned so much from so many of our partners. But one of the things with our core values is that we really want to create a company where people have the ability to spend more time with their own families. And from what you both have shared, it sounds like that was a real pain point for you, was that you were having to put in all this extra work. Am I hearing that correctly?
Yes, you are. It was very painful because, like I said, you get all these resumes in and you want to talk to everybody because you don't know who's a good candidate until you talk to them. And even when you do talk to somebody and you think they're a good candidate, once you talk to them, you find out they really aren't as good of a candidate as they might look on paper. So it's really nice to have you guys, Hunter Recruiting, that does all that pre-screening for us so that I have other time to finish work that I need to finish or whatever it is. So yeah, that was a real pain point for me.
Jim, one of the things I always talk about is that when you own a business, it becomes something where it's on your mind constantly. And having to add more things to the plate, Because I know personally for me, that was when I made the decision to bring in people like Don or Mindy or Kristen to be able to help carry the load. Um, for you as business owners, I'm sure, is that a constant feel for you? Like you never really can turn it off. Let's talk a little bit about, what was the most surprising part about working with Hunter that maybe you didn't anticipate?
I think just the way that Hunter came in and learned our company so much so that when a candidate is calling in and inquiring about the position, they really don't know that they're talking to a recruiting firm. They think that they're talking to Kanon Electric, the recruiter inside the company. They call a phone number that is in the same area code. She uses our language. Um, yeah, so it's just and then the level that Hunter went to find out about our company, and also at the end I got a report that was the what a Canon technician or team member looks like. So, which was like a summary of the personality traits and whatnot of a team member.
I'm so excited that you found benefit in that. It's so often that in fact, we talked to somebody just previously, and he had given a similar answer where it's that information that you don't expect from a recruiting partner. It's kind of the analysis piece so that you can make good business decisions. Did you find that that was helpful for you in the organization?
I did find that that was helpful for me. It was also really interesting to find out and get that feedback from team members that they're not going to tell you directly about what they think about the company and whatnot. So uh, it was eye opening, but in a really good way. I was kind of surprised just how on board and how much our team members liked being here.
Well, you have a great company. So I can completely believe it. You guys are fantastic owners. Bonnie, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about one of your favorite people, Miss Holly, who is your direct recruiting manager. What is that relationship like with your recruiting manager? How would you describe it in comparison to what you thought it might have been with other companies?
Holly's great. She is always available. If we have questions, she's super receptive. I just, I really enjoy working with Holly. She's uh, kind and I don't know, there's just so many adjectives I can put on Holly, but uh, you're quite, let's see, I think the most thing with Holly is that she is just available to us, right? If she sends us all the recruits and all of that, and she lets us know what's going on with them. If we don't get back to her as quickly as she gets to us, she keeps uh, on us to get back to her. So that's it's. I just really enjoy Holly, and she's easy to talk to and all of that. So
And I don't like to say no to people. I want to hire all of them
yeah,
just because I don't want to say no. And then I can just tell Holly, no, this one isn't a fit. And then she does the dirty work.
yeah.
That's one of the things we really pride ourselves is that partnership and trying to take some of those things off of your plate. And so I'm really excited to hear that that's how you've been experiencing your partnership with Hunter Recruitment Advisors, because you should feel like the load is taken off of your back. One less thing to have to try to manage. In terms of what's the impact been on your business as a result of working with Hunter Recruitment Advisors? How has it helped you?
It's it's helped us by freeing us up from some of the stresses of
Mm.
recruiting. Just being able to, and then like said, having that tracking system and knowing that we're not going to have anybody fall through the cracks, and it's also helped us. We've brought on board just this year 3 technicians.
And
So
two office staff. And
yeah,
two office
yeah,
staff.
we had two office personnel, which was 40% of our office staff quit over a weekend. And then one of the other office staff we knew we had to fire. So we had some really not good stuff going on in our office. And so we lost, 60% of our office staff in one fell swoop. And we were able to get people in, replace quickly, yeah, within a week. And and those
Holly
people
was
are
on it.
those people are doing good
Mhm.
for us.
And not the easiest feat in Washington State, because not known for being the easiest market. That makes sense. That makes sense. Well, and it also helps when you know the people, when you know the organization, you can cut through all of the other stuff and know this is the right person to work here.
Yeah, because Holly knows our culture too, so she pretty well knows, and the recruiter as well know kind of the person that we're looking for, and so they're able to weed out right away some of the ones that they just know aren't going to be a fit.
So I'll get you out of here on this question, and it really has the focus of there's going to be people looking at this video and going, should I work with these guys? They're going to look to you to kind of give you their perspective. What would you tell them, when they're trying to decide why would you want to work for Hunter Recruitment Advisors? What would you tell them?
Well, it's going to be like having a partner or somebody who knows your company, knows what you're looking for, and knows how to do what they do. I'm an electrician by trade. I know how to be a good electrician. I don't know how to recruit. And so I look to professionals like Hunter Recruitment to do that for me. And it's great having somebody who knows the company, knows what we're looking for, and can do that work for us.
Thank you both so very much. And I'm going to let you get back to your vacation. You have been fabulous. And if I could give you a virtual hug, I would. But thank you. Thank you so very much for spending your time with us today.
And absolutely.
Absolutely.